I never thought I'd be writing a post like this, but here we are. My family is in chaos, and I'm not sure what to do anymore. I've been questioning everything for days, and I think it's time I finally put my thoughts out there. My name's Claire, and I'm 34 years old. I have two kids, a 9-year-old daughter, Lucy, and a 6-year-old son, Ethan. My husband, Ben, and I work hard to give them a good life, and we've been fortunate enough to provide for them in ways we never had growing up. I'm proud of my little family, but what's been going on with my mom has shaken me to my core. To give you some background, my mom and I have never had the greatest relationship. She always favored my sister, Rachel, who's 2 years younger than me. Rachel could do no wrong in my mom's eyes, while I was the one who always had to prove myself. I've learned to live with it, but it's been tough, especially after I became a mother. You would think that a mom would have your back when you have your own kids, but mine has consistently shown that she will always prioritize Rachel above me and my family. Rachel has always been the center of attention in our family. She's the one with the perfect life, high-powered job, expensive vacations, designer clothes, you name it. It's exhausting to always be compared to her, but I've come to terms with the fact that no matter what I do, I'll never measure up. I've always kept my distance, mostly for my own mental health, and focused on raising my kids, but this latest incident, it's pushed me past my breaking point. The emergency. A few weeks ago, Lucy suddenly started complaining about severe stomach pain. It seemed like just a stomach bug at first, but as the days went by, the pain worsened, and she became lethargic. Ben and I took her to the pediatrician, who immediately sent us to the emergency room for further tests. After a few hours, we got the worst news imaginable. Lucy had a condition that required immediate surgery. The doctors told us it could turn into a life-threatening situation if not dealt with quickly. Ben and I were devastated. We were terrified and didn't know what to do. I called my mom, hoping she would come and support me even though I knew she was busy with Rachel's wedding preparations. At this point, I didn't care. I needed my mom. I needed someone who could hold me together. I explained what was happening, and her response? "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. But Rachel's wedding is this weekend, and I've got a lot to handle. I can't just drop everything to help you right now." I was in shock. This wasn't just any wedding, this was Rachel's wedding. And as expected, everything had to revolve around her special day. It wasn't like Lucy was sick for a few days, she needed immediate surgery. But somehow, Rachel's wedding took priority. I begged my mom to help. I told her that Lucy was scared and that I couldn't do it alone. She told me, "I'm sure Ben will take care of it. You're a strong woman, Claire. You can handle it." She said this as though I were asking for a favor, not for her to be there for her granddaughter during one of the scariest moments of my life. The surgery. Lucy went into surgery that night. Ben was by her side the entire time, but my mom wasn't. I held it together as best as I could, but I was crying on the inside. I couldn't believe that my own mother would choose a wedding over her granddaughter's surgery. I felt abandoned, but I also felt guilty for expecting her to care. It's always been this way, hasn't it? Surgery went well, thank goodness, and Lucy is recovering now. She's still not 100%, but she's getting there. I know she's just a kid, but she seemed so sad when I told her that Grandma couldn't be there. I could tell that Lucy was disappointed, and I felt like the worst mother in the world. I didn't want to tell anyone what happened, but I had to tell my best friend, Sophie, about my mom's refusal to be there. She was furious and told me I had every right to be angry, but I didn't know how to process it. Was I wrong for expecting my mom to put her granddaughter first? The aftermath. A few days after Lucy's surgery, my mom called to check in and, of course, to remind me about Rachel's wedding. She told me how everything was so perfect and that she was so proud of Rachel. Then she casually said, "I really hope you understand why I couldn't come to Lucy's surgery. Rachel needed me, and there's just no way I could be in two places at once. I hope you're not mad at me." I couldn't hold it in anymore. I told her that I was mad. I was furious. Furious that she didn't put her granddaughter first, that she couldn't put everything aside to be there for me when I needed her the most. She tried to brush it off, saying I was being too emotional. "It was just a surgery, Claire," she said. "Kids have surgeries all the time. Lucy will be fine." I was shaking with anger. I told her that if she couldn't understand why I was upset, then I couldn't keep pretending everything was fine between us. I hung up on her. Where I stand now. It's been a week, and my mom has been calling and texting, demanding an apology. She's said that I'm holding on to grudges over a silly mistake, and that Rachel's wedding was a once-in-a-lifetime event. She keeps saying that she had no choice, but I can't get over it. My husband thinks I should try to work things out with her, but I'm not sure I want to. This isn't the first time my mom has prioritized Rachel over me, and at this point, I don't know if it's worth trying to fix things. I guess I'm just looking for some outside perspective. Am I being unreasonable for feeling so hurt by this? Should I give my mom another chance, or is it time to let go? Update. I wasn't expecting the flood of support, but wow, thank you everyone. I've been reading through your comments, and it's comforting to know that I'm not being overly sensitive. Some of you suggested that I have a serious conversation with my mom about boundaries, and I'm starting to think that might be the right move. For now, I'm focusing on Lucy's recovery and taking things one day at a time. As for my mom, she hasn't stopped trying to call, but I haven't responded. I need space. Thank you again for all the kind words. It's really helping me process everything. Update 2. After talking to a couple of close friends and reading through some of your advice, I've decided I'm going to have an honest conversation with my mom. I've written her a letter explaining how I feel, and I'll give it to her next time I see her. I don't know what will come of it, but at least I'll have said what's been on my mind for so long. Thanks again for being there. It means more than you